And we begin at 4 with that major development in the Middle East today. Hamas says it will release all Israeli hostages.
That announcement comes nearly 2 years after the October 7th attack in Gaza that led to their capture. It also comes just hours after President Trump set a Sunday deadline for Hamas to accept his 20-point peace plan. He outlined that plan back on Monday at the White House alongside Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Well, today, the group said it's willing to negotiate the details through mediators.
Joining us now to discuss what may come next, Middle Eastern politics expert and senior fellow at the UCLA Burkle Center, Benjamin Rad. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Clearly, this is good news, but there are still a lot of loose ends. What is the most significant part of this for you, the hostage release, the fact that Hamas seems to be giving up control in Gaza? What stands out?
Well, I want to caution for a moment. This is a yes, but reply from Hamas. I think what stands out for me is the fact that they did not dismiss the proposal completely, that they have said they are accepting on its face what it is, and they are willing or open to entering negotiations. There's a lot of conditional language and vague terms in their response, so we have to be very careful before we presume that, the hostages definitively will be released and the fighting will stop. We don't know that yet.
All right, so how is the group responding to President Trump's threat?
Well, what they have said is they are grateful for President Trump's suggestion and role here, and they are open to entering into negotiations on the framework that President Trump outlined. It seems like they've pretty much ignored the threat, for now at least, and they've acknowledged that the terms and conditions are subject to their interpretation, I should say, field conditions is how they described it, and to how events play out on the ground before they are willing to say yes to all the terms. So they've accepted it so far, but they haven't responded to his specific threat.
We've all seen the pictures coming out of the Gaza area. There's no doubt they need aid. So the question becomes, how quickly can they get that into Gaza? And how do you expect that to work? Who will take control of that?
So that's going to require Israel opening up its aid pathways into Gaza and allowing for that aid to quickly be brought in. Again, there's a lot that has to happen first. The hostages have to be released. At least Israel has given a 72-hour window, or excuse me, President Trump's plan has a 72-hour window. That's something that Netanyahu has maintained has to be held. And then the fighting will stop. Now, Israel is not going to completely withdraw. They're going to keep a safety perimeter, a buffer zone, as they call it. But concurrent with that would be providing immediate aid and relief to the civilians in Gaza who have been suffering under this war for the last 2 years.
So much more needs to happen, as you mentioned, but what has been the initial reaction from Israelis and Palestinians in the Middle East and around the world here?
It seems cautiously optimistic, and again, on the basis that Hamas has not outright rejected this, because effectively this deal is a suicide pact for Hamas. It is telling them that if accepted, it means Hamas will no longer exist. It'll disarm, it'll disband, it'll evaporate and disappear from all aspects of Palestinian political life. That seemed like very much a non-starter, but so far they have not come out to say no to that, though their language is very vague and suggests that they would have some role in a future Palestinian state or in the reconstruction of a state. So those are some of the details that have to be worked out. But I think the fact that they did not rebuff this is something to be optimistic about.
All right, Benjamin Rad, thank you so much, as always, for your time and your expertise on this. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And more breaking news here this afternoon. Sean Combs is sentenced to more than 4 years in prison. Just 3 months ago, the music mogul was convicted on 2 federal prostitution